back to the online classroom of Operation Research. Hope you have gone through the Northwest Corner Rule of Transportation Part 1. Today we are going to look after second part of Northwest Corner method. Let me brief you about Northwest Corner method of initial feasible solution. Initial feasible solution is the gross solution in which we find out quantity to be transported from one place to other. This quantity is known as allocation, and we have allocation rule, which is from demand and supply, whichever is lesser. NWCR is the method of initial feasible solution, and in which allocations are given from left corner, that is northwest corner of the table, to the right in staircase design. So based on this, for clear understanding, let's solve different variation of Northwest Corner method. In the last session, we have spoken about balanced type of problem. In this session, we are going to look after unbalanced type of problem. Now, as you can see the question on the board, which is taken from page number 145, example number 3. Details of this question you will find in description box. So let me read the question. Supply and demand unit transportation cost is given. Find initial feasible solution by Northwest Corner Rule method. So here in this question, transportation cost is mentioned. As in the earlier session I have mentioned that if cost, distance and time word is mentioned, then the problem will be of minimization. If profit, sales and revenue word is mentioned, then problem will be of maximization. So here in this particular question, transportation cost is mentioned. Here below the table is given in which from ABC to WXY, the transport cost is given. So let's solve this question. We have to solve initial feasible solution step by step. So our first step of initial feasible solution is to find out whether problem will be of minimization or maximization. As I have already told you that cost word is mentioned, that means our first step will be that this problem is of minimization. Minimization problem. Our second step, that we have to check whether problem is balanced or not. So second will be finding balance. Now to check balance, we have to see the supply side and demand side. So in the supply, we have A, B, C, from which goods are going to supply, and to receive or to have the demand, we have W, X and Y. So let me write supply side and demand side. So in the supply side, we have A, B and C, for which supply is given, that is 152, 164 and 154. Like that. In the demand side, we have W, X and Y. So let me write the demand for the same, which is 144, 204 and 82. Now let me take the balance of both. So my summation of supply is going to be, that is 470, and my summation of demand, which is 144 plus 204 plus 82, is going to be 430. Now here we can see our summation of supply, which is not equal to summation of demand. Our total supply is not equal to total demand. So hence the problem is unbalanced. So let me write hence problem is unbalanced. So now when the problem is unbalanced, we have to take a dummy. Dummy is the assumptionary demand or supply side. Wherever the value is remaining, there we take the dummy. So here if we see supply total is 470 and our demand total is 430. So in the demand we are in required of 40 units. So here in the demand side we'll be allocating the dummy. So we'll be writing, so here demand, in the demand we have W, X, Y, and the next will be dummy. So let us consider dummy as Z. So let me write dummy, which is we are going to consider it as Z, and the value of this demand for Z will be now the value or the demand will be the difference between these two, as we want to make it balance. So 470 minus 430, that is 40 units are required. So here the demand will be 470 minus 430, which is going to be 40 units. Now we have considered dummy, but we need to consider cost of dummy as well. So we'll be writing all the cost of dummy, cost for Z, which is dummy, will be 0. As it is assumptionary, so the cost of it will be 0. Now let me draw the transportation table. So our third step will be doing transportation table, and on that we will be finding the initial feasible solution by NWCR method. So let me draw the so here we'll be writing first, this is from and to. Now we have supply side A, B, C, and last we have demand. So we have A, B and C and demand. Last we have demand. Here we have W, X, Y, and now we have to consider Z as well, which is dummy, and the last one is supply. Now let me write the demand and supply side. So for A, supply is 152. For B it is 164. For C it is 154, which comes to 470. Like this, for W we have 144, for X we have 204, for Y we have 82, and for Z, which is dummy, and the value of dummy, the difference is 40. So let me write the 40 here. Now next we have to write the cost, as we have written all the demand and supply side. Now next we have to write the cost from the question. So let me write the cost, which is, and cost we always write in the box. So let me draw the box. So let me write the cost, which is 16, 24, 24, then 48, 72, 48, 24, 48 and 72. Now these are the existing costs which are given in the question, but for Z we are considering the cost will be 0. So for the dummies column we'll be writing cost as a 0. We'll be considering dummies cost 0. So we have written all these zeros and the value of dummy is 40. So let me find out the initial feasible solution by northwest corner method. As I have already told you that in the northwest corner method, we start giving allocation from the left hand corner or the northwest side of the table. So in this table, our northwest side is this, and our first left hand cell is AW. So we'll be starting giving our allocation from here. So let me start with this cell. So that is AW. So I'll be giving my first allocation here. Again, the allocation rule says from demand and supply, whichever is lesser. Our allocation rule is demand and supply, whichever is lesser. So for AW cell, we have to check the demand side and supply side. So let me see here. For AW, my demand is 144 and supply is 152. So 144 and 152. Lesser one is 144. So we'll be writing here 144, and for that the allocation will be writing in the circle. Okay. So here my 144 and 152. The lesser one is 144. So I have written 144 in AW cell. Now once I have written 144 here, 144 minus 144 will be 0. 152 minus 140. Now 152 minus 144 will be your 8. So we have written 8 here. Okay. So now here W has become 0. So W will get cancelled. The demand of W has become 0. So there is no need to give any other allocation to the W. So we have cancelled the W. Okay. So next, now let's do further. Now our left corner is over. Now we'll be moving to right, as we are going to draw this in staircase design. Okay. So our left corner is over. Now we are moving towards right. Okay. Now we'll be giving our allocation here. So now we have to check that here our supply side is 8 and our demand side is, our demand side is 204 and supply side is 8. Again, we have to see the allocation rule. Our allocation rule says from demand and supply, whichever is lesser. So lesser one here 8 and 204, lesser one is 8. So we'll be writing here 8. So we have written 8 here. So 8 minus 8 will be 0 and 204 minus 8 will be 196. Okay. So now here in this case, now the supply of A has become 0. So there is no need to give further allocation in A's row. So let me cancel A as well. Okay. So our A and W is cancelled. Let's do further. Now next is now as we are following the staircase type, so our left allocation is over, right allocation is over. Now we'll be coming down. Now here the allocation will be in B and X, the cell B and X. So let me check here. Now here in this, our demand is 196 and our supply is 164. So again the same rule from demand and supply, whichever is lesser. So here lesser one is 164. So let us write 164 here. So 164 minus 164 is 0 and 196 minus 164 is 32. Okay. Now B has become 0. So B will get cancelled because supply of B is 0 now. So there is no need to give further allocation on B. So B will also get cancelled. So here we can see A, B and W is cancelled. Now our left allocation is over. Now we have to move right. But here we can see we cannot give any allocation right. Now as we follow staircase type, so according to that, our staircase down, and our next our point will be, or next cell will be by. But here we cannot give our allocation as the supply of B is already 0 and we have cancelled this row. So we cannot give our allocation here. So directly we have to come down to C and X. So our next allocation will be C and X cell. So let me give my allocation here. Again we have to check the demand side and supply. So my supply is 152 and demand is 32. So let me write. So here 32 and 154. So my 32 is lesser 1. So let me write 132 here. So 32 minus 32, 0. 152 minus 154 minus 32 will be 122. So here I'll be writing 122. Okay. Now X has become 0. That means demand of X is fulfilled. So let me cancel this X. So our X will also get cancelled. Now only Y and Z is remain with supply of C. Now our left allocation is over. So next we have to give the right allocation. So we'll be coming here. So in this point now we'll be giving allocation in CY. So for CY we have to see the demand and supply. So here let me see the supply side. So our supply side is 122 and our demand side is 82. So from 82 and 122 lesser 1 is 82. So let me write 82 here. So I have written 82 there. Okay. So once I have written 82 here, 82 minus 82 will get 0 and 122 minus 82 is going to be 40. Okay. So 122 minus 82 will be 40. Now Y has become 0. So here Y will get cancelled. So let me cancel this Y. Now the last cell remain, which is C and Z. And there we have dummy as a dummy. This is our dummy and the cost is 0. Now in the last cell, the demand side is 40 and the supply side is also 40. So let me write 40 as it is tallied. So supply side it will be 0 and demand side it will be 0. Now that means our solution is solved. So once our solution is solved, that is we got tally in the last cell, we can find out the total cost. So let me write the total cost. How total cost we can calculate, that is our formula is for total cost is cost into quantity. So let me write here total cost, which is cost into quantity. Okay, we will be writing cost into quantity. So now we have to take the allocation. We have to take the sales which have allocation. So our first allocation is 144 into 16 plus, next is 8 into 24 plus 164 into 72, next 32 into 48 plus 82 into 72 and 40 into 0. Okay, so let us take the total. So take your calci and here is your calci. So let me find out the total. We have to find out 144 into 16. We have to press M plus, then 8 into 24 M plus. plus 164 into 72 m plus 32 into 48 m plus 82 into 72 m plus 40 into 0 m plus. Now once our last m plus is pressed, last we have to click on MRC. So let me press MRC, that is 21,744. So our total cost will be rupees 21,744. So this is our answer. Okay, so we got the answer here. Okay, so this is all about the northwest corner method of transportation problem. Hope you have understood very well. Keep practicing. Drop your queries and questions in the comment box. Stay